Hey everyone, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. We have entered an interesting and compelling phase with Georgia, which looks incredibly promising, and with 2021, which I like better already. So, what I wanted to do today is just give everybody some quick and dirty tips for the Sestina. It's a challenging form, but I also feel like what with everything that we've been through in this past year, it's a wonderful way to blow off that remaining steam. And at one point, I taught a workshop for the Sestina, and I had some notes that I wanted to share with you. And then I was going to read a Sestina of my own that is very appropriate to today and all the exciting things that are happening in Georgia. So, first and foremost, I'm going to read my Sestina, and it's titled "The Statute of Limitations Speaks to the Omaha Chief of Police." And this is everything I wanted to say to every single All Lives Matter person who continued to rebut systemic racism. So here's my Sestina, and I'll give you my tips. The statute of limitations speaks to the Omaha Chief of Police. Poor police, take those rioters and pin them down. Poor penguin, poor piggy, rooting in a stiff, white starched collar. Poor stores, windows bashed to glass, the end of ATMs and jewelry pinched. I back the badge, my glittering North Star, it shines high above the gray Great Plains. Make America great. Make it right with God, good Lord. Here's the thing, my soul doesn't need saving. Still, I lord over you, my Savior. You are blue. The world is good, poor until proven innocent. Do you hear me? The Great Plains, Nebraska, we're waiting with open arms and starched schoolgirl uniforms. I polish my eyes until they glitter, a boat on fire. Hello, hi, this is the end. The world is flat when we reach the end, a high-end note as we float on calm waters. The world is flat, the Lord is waiting for us to sail off the side, holding his glittering chandelier. Look, his earlobes glitter with the pores, starched, hard-won gems. This is a place of starches among vegetables. Grow roots so deep in the Great Plains, they're thick as chains. Don't you dare call me plain Jane. Pierce my nipple, rub body glitter on my boobs. The 90s ended. I see color, still I rise early. Iron your shirt stiff with starch, steamed in hot holy water. I pray to my blue-eyed Lord. Call me black and white, my olive ass. I'm a whippoorwill's shrill crescendo, a magpie hoarding your knockoff glittering gold. We're stained in black folks' blood. Corn-fed, cornstarch can clean up our mess. Your aviators block out the glittering souls in your rear view, and I wait. Oh Lord, do I wait? Oh Lord, for mine to shine. Why did you put me here? The Great Plains are so blind, so kind to their hate. They live on the high end of a flat world. The heartland sheets tug tight. Pour me a drink, officer. Rise and lie beneath the weight of a starched blue sky. Potato, potato, root through the dirt, a glittering truffle waiting to be unearthed. You're my keeper, the lord of misfit toys. The devil wears blue jeans, has blue eyes, and I'm plain Greek yogurt. I've walked a straight line, but reached the end of my tiny tightrope. I've tried and tried to pinch my poor nose, but I smell bacon. You, your fellow warlords, starch and pork. Your heart's poor, hungry. You bargain for a glittering toy badge, so plain, so free. It won't outshine me. I am your end. So that's my Sestina, and I have a couple of tricks, and the tricks are called Maria's Rules for a Healthier Sestina and a Saner You, because as much as I love this form, it can make me crazy. I should also give a shout out to Sandra Beasley, who has been a huge inspiration and influencer, and even like a terrific reader of one of my first Sestinas. She actually took the time to take a look, so that was really amazing. And I remember reading a wonderful essay of hers in her poetry blog and several others that she's had published on the forum. So do check her out. Her new collection is coming out soon. My rules for a healthier Sestina and Saner you. Number one, play on and with your N words. So pick ones that you can easily kind of transmute into other ones. So for example, if one of your N words is wave, then try variations of it as you end the stanza or as you end the line. For example, microwave could be airwave, it could be wavelength, it could be unwavering. So those certain deceptively simple one-syllable words work really well in sestinas because you can transmute and manipulate and change them and throw the reader's ear off. At some point in the poem, once, and this is actually a trick I got from Sandra, take the liberty of switching a word out for a phonetically similar but different one. I love this rule because I think it is 100% fine to not exactly break the rules but bend them. So, for example, wave could be wane or way. Choose subject matter, and I can't stress this enough, that is obsessive in nature. What is a subject? So I ask you, and that's why I find sestinas are really good for subjects like tumultuous relationships, breaking up, getting back together, addiction, obsession, stalking, some of like the darker shades of life, so to speak. That is because you want a subject that repeats itself over and over again in your life and in your brain, so that way the form can mimic that subject matter and it'll fit in with the content. Um, so avoid, and I think this is another, I feel like this is another thing that Sandra told me, so I'm just expurgating everything she said. Avoid the Sestina sag that occurs, and this is usually in the final two-thirds, sometimes the final sestet. You can do this by creating a turn that's a surprise at that point in the poem. For me, for example, what I like to do, by turn I mean weird plays on language, outrageous rhetorical shifts, strange images, shifts in tone. For me, um, one of my turns that I used to avoid the Sestina sag was that part of my Sestina where I said rub body glitter on my boobs. Because come on, how can you forget that? And the reader just goes, aha, funny, weird, and that's a way in which you can keep the momentum in your Sestina. Um, Last but not least, personal and dramatic monologue poems are awesome for sestinas. You can hide the form better, I've found, when you're inhabiting someone else's mind. And the thing is about human speech is that I found out that we often do hold a natural repetition. We often see, and I'm doing it right now, we often do repeat certain words and phrases obsessively again and again. So I've found that the dramatic monologue tends to work really, really well for that because that way, when someone is going on kind of like a tirade or a rant, you lessen your risk of losing that steam, of encountering that sag. So, those are my rules for a healthier Sestina. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Let's pray for Georgia to win. It looks like we're getting there. And Stacey Abrams is, oh, just amazing. Stay cool. I like 2021 already. Feel free to check out my website, marianazos.com. You can see my upcoming events. You can sign up for my emails. Oh, and also follow me on IG, Twitter, Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn too. And, come to my reading January 24th. It's 5 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. CST. And I'm going to be reading with a series of different amazing writers, including, and I have to brag on his behalf, Tommy Blount, the Four-Way Books author, and his collection Fantasia for the Man in Blue was a National Book Award finalist this year, so this is huge, and I feel very cool to